Okay, I want to just do a quick video. There's this new thing out there called Beta Coin or Boing Coin, something coin. And the elites are all lining up for it because they know what's going on with the banks. Um, and it's a way that they could transfer their money in there somehow and they get it on this card or through their phones or whatever. And they've been prepared for what's to come, I guess, because it happened in Europe already. Where the banks closed and took people's money and people tied it up and people were standing out in front of the banks for lines, I guess, trying to get their money, and just lost a whole bunch and got robbed, literally. And so I guess it's starting to trickle down here, where if you have a direct deposit and you work for somewhere and you think your money's just going to get transferred over and wired over to your bank, well, you better watch out. Because one day you'll go and you'll call your bank and find out they blocked your direct deposit, because that's the new scam that banks are doing. And then they wire your money back to your job or back to wherever it came from, and then it gets tied up, and then it gets in limbo. And so you better watch out, because if you're dealing with wire your money into a bank, I would really be cautious. Especially with this RDF chip thing and Obamacare, and now they're starting to take people's money right out of their accounts without even authorization, and just taking people's money. You really need to be careful with banks now, because now they're the big brother, and they must have some sort of agreement where they can just pillage us now, and they can have authority. Nobody even does anything to them. And so you don't want to end up where you're just crying like me and just begging banks to give you back your money, and they just tie it up and don't even want to accept it. I mean, that's the point where they're at, where they're just so snooty. They're like, well, we don't want the money to be deposited in this bank no more. We don't like you, or whatever. And they don't even send you a letter, by the way. They won't even give you warning. You know how, like, you think you would get something in the mail and say, well, we don't want your money anymore? Or, no, they don't do that. They just do it. And then you come to the bank and cry. And you lose your house, and it's a new scam. And you lose your car, that's how they're setting people up, and the poor, and they know people are going paycheck to paycheck, so they're instilling this new banking system to take properties, to block people's deposits. So just know the new game with the banks is blocking deposits.